Thank you, Kathleen. And she's not kidding about the shorter title. It's a real bonus. I can't fit my current title on a card. It's a real problem. And thank you to everyone for being here. This is a fantastic event. Thank you, Mayor. You are just doing incredible work. Let's give the Mayor another round of applause for the great work. That's what leadership looks like, folks. And it's great to be here in front of and with a whole broader group of leaders who are making real progress when it comes to energy efficiency in buildings throughout our nation. It's an impressive group of people who are showing how much passion you can devote, how much caring you can devote to energy efficiency, and also how much money you can save along the way. A great dual threat, I would argue, is energy efficiency. And as part of that, I have a real honor today of recognizing a real select few of this group, the Better Buildings Challenge members who have already met their very ambitious goals. But, come on, I'm a federal official, I gotta say a little bit more before I do that. I wanna spend some time first talking a little bit about why I really think we are living in an amazing and unique time when it comes to clean energy in the United States and really around the world. And why I truly believe that all the work that each and every one of you in this room are doing is helping to change the world around us. Now, the reality is there's no doubt that we face serious challenges. The mayor talked about some of these. Certainly we've got volatile energy costs that at times can really wreak havoc with our economy. We still have a reliance on oil that can shake up our national security and our economy. And of course, we have a changing climate. A climate that is putting our infrastructure, our economy, and, very importantly, our public health at risk. Think about it. 2014 was the hottest year on record until 2015 came around. And now if you look at the first few months of 2016, it looks like we may be on track for yet another record-beating year. And this is the kind of record you do not want to beat. And yet it's the kind of record we are set to beat over and over and over again in the coming years if we don't act, if all the people in this room don't continue your great efforts to literally change the globe, change the world in a better way as opposed to what we're dealing with global warming. But I have a lot of hope when it comes to this. These challenges are great, but when I look around the room, I have high confidence that we can rise to those challenges, tapping into the energy and the interest and the passion that I see around this room. It's really a mix of innovation and elbow grease that is what it's going to take to overcome these real challenges. Now, I know you'll be hearing more about all of this from Secretary Moniz tomorrow, but it bears repeating and reinforcing that it is so critical that we all work together to forge critical innovations that will ensure that a strong economy goes hand in hand with clean energy and energy efficiency. There does not need to be any competition between economy and efficiency and clean energy. In fact, they can both grow together. And I think that's what a lot of your work is all about. And in fact, at the Department of Energy, when we look at this changing clean energy economy, we also don't think of this as something for the future. This is really a revolution that we're experiencing today. And in fact, the pace at which solutions are moving from the lab into the marketplace as part of this revolution, it's accelerating every single day thanks in part to work like you, like all of you are doing. And in fact, I use this term revolution very, very intentionally because at the beginning of this young century, when you look at technologies like wind power, solar power, LEDs, in many ways, these were science fiction instead of science fact. And yet, over the last 7 years, we have seen a fundamental reshaping of clean energy, not only in the United States, but around the world. Just as one example, if you look at our Sunshot program, that effort has helped drive the average price of electricity from solar power down in half since 2008, and we're well on our way to our target of 6 cents per kilowatt hour by 2020. And in the coming months, we're going to announce goals to go even farther than that. We're far from done in solar power. Electric vehicles are another great example of the progress that we made. They're becoming a lot more affordable and a lot more convenient. And thanks to some of the efforts that we funded at the Department of Energy, we have helped reduce the costs of electric vehicle batteries by 70% since 2008, while at the same time boosting their driving range and putting us on a path to electric vehicles that can be as affordable as a gasoline car by 2022. Again, another complete revolution in the way we think about our lives. In fact, even today, we've already had 400,000 electric vehicles enter the market in the United States despite gas prices that have been falling for the last few years. And of course, today, as many of you all know in this room, the LED revolution is just incredible. LEDs have fundamentally leapfrogged ahead of compact fluorescents. I remember the day when people used to debate, should I upgrade to a CFL or not? That debate's a waste of time now. Walk past them both and just buy an LED. In fact, you probably can't even find a lot of the others anymore. Why? Because companies aren't making them anymore because it just doesn't make economic sense when you can put in an LED that gives you better light and saves you money. That's the kind of revolutionary world we're living in thanks to clean energy progress. So, my son is a big fan of the Minions movie. I don't know how many of you have kids who watch it. So the song Revolution is always in my head. I think of the Beatles version. But when I think about our clean energy revolution, I can't help but say, so you want a revolution? Well, you know, we are changing the world when it comes to clean energy. And everyone in this room is part of that revolution. Now, these technologies are critical in and of themselves. We have to have this revolution. We have to have these innovations. But one thing is also clear. You can have the best idea in the world. You can develop the best technology in the world, but that doesn't guarantee that it's going to change the world because there are barriers in the marketplace, barriers that efforts of all the folks in this room are helping to overcome by investing in these technologies, by taking a chance in some cases on these technologies and showing cities around the United States and around the world, showing businesses around the country and around the world that something can be done. You can save energy. You can save money at the same time. In fact, when I think of energy efficiency, I don't think of energy efficiency and investing in energy efficiency as overhead. It's an incredible opportunity. It's an opportunity for all of your businesses and cities to save money so that you can spend it on the things that really matter, whether it's making sure you pick up the trash in your city or making sure you deliver more profits to your shareholders. The less money you spend on energy is the more money you can spend on the things that really matter and why you're in the business or leading a city in the first place. And I think one of the great examples of this at the Department of Energy are our appliance efficiency standards. This is a great case where we are helping to ensure that everyday household items, from microwaves to ranges to light bulbs, use less energy in our homes and businesses than they ever did before. And as a result of that effort, not only are we on track to cut global warming emissions by about 3 billion metric tons by 2030, we're also on track, just with the efforts that we've already put forth in these new standards, to save more than $540 billion on utility bills. That's billion with a B. That's a lot more money in people's pockets that they can go out and buy a gift for their kid or go out to a movie or invest in their child's future instead of having to invest in buying more electricity. It's great progress. And it's great progress that we see as part of the Better Buildings Initiative as well. I think it's a great example of how partners like each and every one of you and across a whole variety of sectors are fundamentally redefining what it means to invest in energy efficiency, fundamentally redefining what kind of revolution we can all be part of when it comes to energy efficiency. And it's all about all of us working together to understand those barriers to energy efficiency, breaking them down, and then sharing all of those solutions, not only with the folks in this room, but again, with people all over the country and all over the world, so that we can change common sense, we can change the way people think about efficiency and global warming emissions, and that we can all be part of this broader revolution that, again, puts more money in our pockets. It's one of the best stories out there, is that you can save energy, you can cut emissions, and you can save money at the same time. And through this effort, all of you are fundamentally making it easier for everyone to invest in energy efficiency, and we're trying to help through tools like our Better Buildings Performance Database and our Building Energy Asset Scoring tool. We're also working to lead the way in the federal government through, we think we're on track to actually meet the President's $4 billion performance contracting challenge to change the way we do business within the federal government, to reduce the risk, increase the investment, and again, change the world. And at the same time, we're also working to develop a whole new skilled clean energy workforce through our Better Buildings Workforce Guidelines. But it's really our flagship effort, the effort that you all are involved in, the Better Buildings Challenge, that I think is making concrete the fact that energy efficiency is a real opportunity that not only makes sense, but it delivers dollars and cents. And that's exactly what's happening, for example, in Atlanta. It's what's happening in Boston, where at its central library in Copley Square, the city of Boston installed a new energy management system. What does it do? It simply automates the HVAC start and stop times based on outside air temperatures. A simple solution on top of key building management controls that help the city cut its energy use by 25% at a 100-plus-year-old building. And as a result, they're saving $150,000 a year, and this project paid for itself in less than 1 year. Common sense and dollars and cents. That's incredible, but it's also not unique. At a gas turbine plant in Greenville, South Carolina, General Electric upgraded about 100 rooftop HVAC units. These new heating and air conditioning units use about half as much electricity as they did before, and they helped GE save $1 million a year in utility costs. $1 million back in their pockets, back in their profits, dollars and cents, and common sense. And at its Booker T. Washington public housing development, the New Jersey City Housing Authority implemented a series of energy and water efficiency upgrades, including new lighting fixtures, new boilers and boiler controls, and low-flow toilets that are saving residents $650,000 a year. In addition to lowering their energy bills, the upgrades have also improved living conditions, providing higher quality lighting and better temperature controls, saving money and improving quality of life. Exactly the kind of things we want all our mayors and all our cities to deliver. These savings really add up. They really help change the world, and these are just a few of the examples of the great work that all of you in this room are doing. Now today, thanks to the work of all of you and thanks to these partnerships, more than 310 market leaders, each and every one of you and those who aren't here today, have taken up this challenge, this Better Buildings Challenge. This represents 4.2 billion square feet across this nation, 1,000 industrial facilities, and close to 30 financial allies who have made commitments to increase the flow of capital to energy efficiency and clean energy projects. Again, overcoming those barriers over and over again. And in a brand new development, over 30 of our new partners have added water savings goals to complement their energy efficiency targets, just like in Atlanta. Saving money, saving water, and saving energy. Now, in addition to the ambitious energy, water, and financing goals each and every one of you have joined us on, you are all openly and transparently sharing this information with others so they can replicate your efforts. And by sharing those solutions, you are doing two really important things. You're really creating the new roadmap for the future when it comes to energy efficiency. And you are making crystal clear that adage over and over again, that you can deliver financial benefits with increased energy efficiency. You are fundamentally a part of an ever-growing effort and an ever-growing clean energy revolution. And as this grows, this year alone, we've added 60 new partners to the Better Buildings Challenge. And I think this shows clearly that the hunger is only growing for more people to be part of the solution instead of being part of the problem. And if we look at this coalition, it includes 18 new partners from the commercial sector, 6 new data center partners, 10 from the public sector, including cities, counties, and school districts. We also have 17 new partners from the multifamily sector. And that's been the sector with the largest growth this year. Again, progress everywhere, every sector, all across the nation. The Better Buildings Challenge and the Better Buildings effort is bringing everyone together, including 5 new industrial partners in the Better Plants Challenge, including within that 4 wastewater treatment facilities. And finally, we've got more dollars on the table with 1 new financial ally. Now, when we look across the Better Buildings Challenge and all the efforts we're doing, our partners have continued to make incredible progress towards their savings goals. In fact, close to 60 of our partners are already halfway there, so keep it up. The finish line is in reach. We know you're going to get there. Another 25 of our partners are on track, and if you continue on your current path, it's really only a matter of time before you cross that finish line, and then maybe you can join others and set even higher goals, even loftier expectations. And as part of all of this, all of you are continuing to share your innovative solutions with us. And these are feeding into our Better Building Solution Center. We really believe that this Solution Center is a critical tool and a real engine that's going to allow us to drive more and more change throughout the market. In fact, we now have 400 different solutions housed there, with 60 added just this year. The revolution is growing. And everyone involved in the Better Buildings Challenge here has made this progress happen. So I want everyone to give each other an applause for all the great work that each and every one of you have done. I've got to say, I've been at the Department of Energy for less than a year now, and every time I get briefed on the progress of these groups, I'm blown away. It is really incredible what all of you have done together to make this progress happen. And the 2016 progress report really highlights that, so I want to encourage everyone to not only read it, but share it so that you can share your successes with each and every one out there. But today I want to highlight and we want to celebrate some key successes, a very unique group. And that group is our partners who have actually, and their allies that have met their energy, financing, and water goals just this year. So we've got 18 organizations that have demonstrated the innovation, the persistence, and the determination it took to meet those goals.